Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the Alien Earth Season 1 finale spoilers review. I am still the Canadian Nightmare, Travis Snell, and I'm joined by.
I am the series finale, Kirkland Patzer, enjoying my nice. Look at that, just glorious cup of water.
Yeah, it's looking. Lots of condensation on that cup for the audio
I'm losing
listeners.
all the liquids to the condensation.
Nice.
I'm the hide and seek Taylor.
That was quick. That was quick right there.
Revision
Uh,
2 on the name there.
Yes, ladies and gentlemen, we are here to talk about. It's been a journey, long time waiting for this show. Get it? Been a rocky road. Did they land the plane? You know, many finales we've been through, and we've seen the best of the best, and we've seen the worst. I think Secret Invasion, you could say, is like the worst Marvel finale ever. So, where does this rank in all the stuff? Where's it rank in Aliens? I don't know. That'd be another conversation for another time. We're not going to do that tonight because it's just a fresh wound. But as always, look at the feeds. Lots of stuff dropping this week. Me and Taylor are going to be reviewing Gen V later on. There might be, I've talked to Dylan about this, there could be a bonus side quest tomorrow if they reveal some Wolverine stuff, so TBD. But then what do we got? Marvel Zombies tomorrow. That's going to be lots of fun. Peacemaker on Thursday. I will have a Travis Told You on Wednesday, so look out for that. And then maybe one Friday, I'll explain why I had to delay some stuff, but I'll at least get you one there because there's some good trailers and stuff to talk about. And then, lots of good stuff on the feed. There's literally 8 episodes dropped. I think maybe more. 8 episodes just dropping this week. I was just on the gimmick. Taylor just did a definitive history, career, or something of your gaming journey. I've not listened
Very
to
intimate,
Encyclist,
very
but yeah,
intimate.
when I saw that notification on my phone, like, oh my god, is Taylor like dying or something? That's what it feels like. It feels like a post-mortem cast, but go listen to it. I'm sure it's good. I hope it's good. I don't know. I don't know Taylor's story. Was it good, Taylor?
Oh yeah, it was deep, it was heavy, and I unlocked a lot of core memories that I actually had forgotten about,
Just
which was kind of
balling.
cool.
Just
Oh
balling
yeah,
during the
all the times I
episode.
was beaten for getting caught playing video games late at night past my bedtime.
Teach your lesson, son. Yeah, and then lots of exclusives right now. Later on this week or tomorrow, we're recording the White Men Can't Jump retrospective. We got the Tron retrospectives that are there for the Patreon producers. We'll be there for Phase 2 and up in a bit. We got the Halloween pool starting soon. So a big thank you to our Patreon producers, Aaron Braden, April Darkness, Jack Grant, Sam, Superbad Mike, God Loves Me 69, Jeremy Renner, Charlie Randell, Cocktail Clegg, John H, and Sam Green. If you want to vote on there's some really good spicy Halloween picks this year, and luckily none of the ones I've just recently watched, which always happens. So if you want to vote on what we're going to review, go check that out soon. There'll be a Christmas one, BOG one, tons of fun stuff. So lots of good stuff. And we just did After 9 this past weekend too. Obviously Kirkland was not there for that, but that was a really fun one. Kirkland, even though you weren't there, it's worth listening to. We went on some tangents with the patrons. We were talking aliens, we were talking divorce situations, all this type
Ooh.
of stuff. Yeah, there's a lot of stuff. So check out that. But Kirkland Patzer, because you haven't been on in a little bit, I'm going to start with you, especially because that name, because I will be clear for people. It is nowhere does it say series finale on Disney Plus on social media, but
It's my
Kirkland's putting
pushback
that
to the
forward.
title of this episode because I saw Alien Earth Season 1 finale and I'm like, ugh, right.
They
This
haven't.
is like
That's what
potentially
Disney
just a
Plus
Season
says.
1.
When I let me pull it up, I swear when
Yeah.
I went to the main page, it says the season 1 finale. I will confirm,
But there hasn't been confirmation for anything beyond
no,
that, right?
there's
Yeah.
not. But there's not been non-confirmation. So all it says Alien Earth season finale now streaming. So not series finale. So as of right now, they're saying
See,
season finale.
you threw the Season 1 in there for a little extra pizzazz, and that upset me. Just thinking about the potential of where we could be going on that, because
We will.
yeah, I really didn't love the show by the end of it. I think like where we are in episode 8, like just going into it, I had some hopes of what we were going to be touching upon, just with like specifically the eye alien. I feel like that the eye alien, Kirsch, and then just seeing like tying up of loose ends, like that was what I was looking forward to in this episode. Not so much of like, oh, how is this going to save the show for me, or like, oh, how like I'm just so invested in this character's development. Like, what are they gonna do for the season finale? Like, I nowhere near for that. It was just okay. Do something to make me give a little bit of bonus marks. I think in my mind, and unfortunately, I really didn't get there. I think I was able to have enough enjoyment for the ride of like, okay, the show does look good. I think there's great performances for sure. There's certain shots with the lighting that's just crazy, and it's just like, man, like this is a well made show of like the practical effects and everything, and like visually some spots with some CGI aliens that don't look the greatest, but I feel like for the most part it is a really good looking show, and I can't appreciate that. At least sitting there for like a 45-minute episode, like at least it looks good. Unfortunately, like some of just the character decisions and dialogue, it just makes me want to pull my eyes out
Yeah.
at sometimes and replace
It's
it
like
with
it looks
an
good when
alien
someone's fucking your
eyeball.
wife, you know? It looks good on everything, but, you know.
Yeah,
I'm not enjoying
it looks
it.
good with mute on, but then when I have
And I
volume
can't see
on,
her
and yeah, I'm just so baffled by like what happened at the end. Really unsatisfied of an ending. And like maybe they're hoping to pick this up in season 2. I don't want a season 2, and the fact that it like, spoiler free territory, but just like what they ended up doing by the end, I was just so upset.
Hyped. Oh.
Yeah, not hyped. So upset with what just didn't end here. Maybe I'll say that. So yeah, I never am gonna rewatch this show, even if there is a season 2 and I get roped into that review. I'm sure I'll join by volunteering just because that's what I do for, to myself. But I wouldn't rewatch season 1 for this. I just really don't care for this story, and don't really like the canonical annotations that this provides for the universe of Alien, if that makes any sense at all. But yeah.
I'll leave Mr. Alien Predator Boy last. I remember a couple weeks ago when Kirkland said that very same statement, like, "Oh, I'll never rewatch this." And that was at a point where I was liking the show, and I was like, "Oh, really? Like, never?" Because I didn't think it was that low. Obviously, the last few weeks have been more rocky, and then last week to me was a big nosedive. And then this week, instead of pulling up, we just fucking crashed. We just crashed and we died, and that
It
was
was the ship from episode 1. That's what this finale was.
100%. We need a flashback episode to save us, but yeah, it's tough in non-spoiler thoughts, but it doesn't end in a way where, to me, I talked about this just recently with like Interview with the Vampire Hannibal, where it's like, oh, every season ends and there's always a few things left open, so if you want to carry on, that'd be great. But you could stop watching, be like, oh, any season of Hannibal, you could stop watching, be like, that's the end of the story. That kind of makes sense right there, right? Like, some of them might be bleak, but it's like, well, that's the way it goes. The villain wins, right? Where this, I guess technically you could, but I feel like there's too many open-ended things, and just even little things, not even big spoilers, and it doesn't end on like a cliffhanger. No one like has a gun to someone, so like, you better do this and Facebook. No, it doesn't end that way. So like, it does end, but it just, man, the ending just is such a thud, like just such a womp womp. It's just multiple things that are going on here. I can't wait to ask Kirkland about one thing in particular, some ending of a storyline. But yeah,
Sorry to interject. I totally forgot Christian Slater's in our background right now, and I just noticed him. And like that was me watching this
Me
episode. I
too.
feel
That was.
that face.
that was me literally from minute 1, because something happens like, oh, they did this. Okay, cool. Yeah, and for me, this is really disappointing. And to go full circle, I was just saying with Kirkland's point, I'm the same way where I'll never watch this again. I think the problem is because it had a lot of potential, even though when we started, I said, I don't know how they're going to do this as a series. Some of the things they introduced, I went, okay, I'm intrigued here. But it really just felt like it feels like these last 2 episodes were similar to like a Marvel finale, where everything was very rushed, even though unlike a Marvel finale where they close things off, they left multiple things open, so they rushed it, and I feel unsatisfied. You know, at least with like WandaVision, like, oh, this is really rushed, but you get this great scene of Vision, and the kids go away, and all this stuff, and Wanda's set on her next trajectory, right? Where this just feels like, like, this does not feel like a finale at all. This just feels like, oh, there's another episode next week, right? But there's not. So clearly they're wanting a season 2. I would still review this because we've had fun enough. We like the lore, and obviously these have done very well for us on a business side. So definitely, if it happens, we're there. But yeah, I think it had a lot of potential. But anything can have potential. It's all about the pacing, the execution, and what you do with said potential. And for me, this is a big disappointment because I have not seen Fargo, but as I said, big Noah Hawley fan because of Legion. And that's a show. Season 1 ends where, wow, that's a big moment and some stuff that you could carry on, but you could just end it right there. So kind of disappointing. Not sure if it's a him thing, a Disney thing, an Alien thing, or all connection. Or Fox, Hulu, 20th Century, whatever they call themselves now. Like, I don't know. It just, something feels off about this series, and I'm just waiting for like 3 weeks from now some report to come out like, oh, they're doing this, but they went this direction. I don't know. It doesn't feel like a Justice League situation. Don't get me wrong. It just feels a little undercooked, especially, which is odd because this show I feel like was announced a long time. It felt like we were waiting and waiting. It wasn't a show like, oh, it was announced 1 year and out the next. It's like, okay, the rush is out to get this out for a streaming service. Like, no, I feel like this thing's been baking for a little bit here, marinating. So, yeah, there's still some good visuals. I think performances, for the most part, are still good. I think there was like a couple scenes in here I might have enjoyed, but overall, I was just either disliking what I saw or scratching my head. So yeah, big disappointment here with this show. I definitely am with Kirkland. I don't need more. If they were to say we're doing a different Alien thing, whether that is a spin-off of one of the movies or something else or something, not a TV show, but something like Predator Killers where it's something that's kind of anthology, maybe I'd take that. But yeah, I was not a fan of this, and I do not need season 2. And I guess if we get season 2, hopefully there's like a massive improvement, but this did not make me wanting more. This felt very much like Original Sin to me. When that ended, I'm like, oh, I'm waiting any day for them to say it's not canceled. Like, oh, okay, speaking of Harry Morgan right there, just cool. I don't got to worry about that. And that's kind of where I am now. Yeah, so not exactly what I was hoping for at the end of all things here with the Alien Earth. So, Taylor Field, what did you feel of Alien Earth? Because I feel like you've been a bit more positive than us, but definitely feeling some murkiness on it.
Yeah, I would say I know what my favorite episode is, and I know where a lot of the show for me is good and hitting the right notes. But in terms of the final episode here, nah, it didn't do it for me. And I was just kind of like taking online and just like taking it up online, looking and see what people were talking about. And one guy, he was like, "Oh, I'm quite satisfied with how this went. They wrapped up everyone's stories."
This is via
and they
DMs, right? You're talking to this guy?
Yes, I DM'd them directly, yeah. But he's just talking about how everything was wrapped up, the storylines were all concluded properly, everything. I'm thinking, what was he watching? Because there's still so many things that it's. I guess you could look at it like the storyline was wrapped up, but not in a good way. There's a few characters in here where the story just transitions, the narrative transfers into a new storyline, but you don't ever get anything concluding that person's story. And I mean, what story and the things that they set up, these weird scenes, these weird moments where there's pauses or they're giving inconspicuous looks or they're clearly up to their own things, their own weird kind of objectives and goals, but then it's just like, okay, we're just gonna like shut that down and it's just gonna be transitioning into this like, oh, we're just gonna end it just like this, you don't have to worry about it anymore because you're getting this abrupt ending to this character story. It's like, that's not great storytelling, and I don't like that, and it just feels like it's a turnoff. And everything that we got in this episode to me felt like this was, as Travis, your famous word, the penultimate. This feels like a penultimate episode, and that we should be getting one more to kind of show how the season is going to end. This is not a great season ender, in my opinion. I don't think it's not ideal. I don't want more. I don't want more seasons focused on what they've created
I wasn't
here.
expecting that from Taylor.
I
thought he'd
don't.
silver line back. Well, they could do this and this. Wow. Okay.
There's that ship has sailed. Like, it's too late. And I think, again, my favorite episode is the flashback where we're on the ship, and yeah, you got people being stupid and making stupid decisions, but at least to me that felt the most Alien to me, and I enjoyed the whole setup and everything just falling apart. I really, really liked that. And so here we are
Good
with
thing
this.
is, though, you could kind of watch that episode as like a movie by itself.
And I totally will. I absolutely will go back and rewatch that episode because it's freaky, it's terrifying. You get a lot of really good shit in that episode, so I enjoy it. But yeah, where we came to with this though, this finale, it's not great. It is not great, and yeah, I keep seeing more and more, cool Predator stuff, Badlands and whatnot. I'm thinking, hey, this is in a time where I thought Predator would kind of be going above Alien. I never really thought that there ever was a time when Predator was kind of going above Alien. I feel like Alien always
Did you
had
mean
that.
to say it the other way?
What did I say?
You said in time Predator was going above Alien. I would have never thought there was a time Predator was going above Alien.
Yeah.
Oh, so you're, okay. So you're just saying. So you're saying for what's happening right now, you would have never seen happening that Predator's like the main dog, right?
Yeah, I always,
Okay.
and
It's
it's
just
probably just me. I always felt like
What's the
Alien.
confusion?
Yeah, what's the
yeah.
confusion? I always felt like Alien was kind of that franchise that was always just kind of like up, and maybe on like a like to the side a little bit, but it was always kind of like top shelf up there in terms of like an IP compared to Predator.
Alien. Well, I'd say because Alien 1 and 2, like as much as
Yes.
people love the Predator, or sorry, not the Predator, as much as people just love Predator, the Arnold one, I think some people might classify that even as like a big. It's a B level action movie, but because of some of the effects and someone like Arnold, it got elevated to an A movie, right? But that easily with some wrong directing, wrong cast, that could have been just like another 80s. Oh, there's a monster here. Where Alien is definitely hailed as like this inspired this person, this inspired that, and then even for Aliens, right? Every time someone makes a sequel, that's a little bit different than the first. They go, oh, well, we wanted to pull in Aliens, you know. So I'd say
Hmm.
because of those two, even what Predator does now, I don't think Predator can ever top Alien unless it makes some film right now that's gonna inspire generations. I don't think that's gonna happen. I think, of course, inspiration can be found everywhere, but I think that's why Alien will always be on top, like legacy wise. But hey, you got to see Badlands first, though, right? Till you can. Because I'd say right now they're. I don't know. It's tough because I guess Killer of Killers is in there, right? So
Hmm.
I feel like if we're doing like a win loss record, Predator's like 2-0 and Alien's like a 1-1. But you don't know. Badlands could come out and do the same thing this is doing, right? I doubt it, but you never know, right? People love
Yeah.
Prometheus, and a lot of people did not love Covenant. So we can see Trachtenberg easily fumble the ball, and then you're like, "Oh, what's happening?" Predator and Alien, they're back. They both had some bad runs back together, you know. And then Alien does have some sort of Romulus sequel cooking somewhere. No Fetty, but
Somewhere. Yeah.
yeah,
Ridley. Ridley though.
yeah. I don't know about that. Is that it?
Yeah, that's it.
All right, we're gonna take our ad break. We're gonna get into this, and then we'll be right back. And we're back. So I want to start with this guy because Harris, I'm like, oh, things that would be revealed that just kind of ended. Kirsch, man, what a big disappointment that was. Like, we talk about why is he doing this? What's he up to? Get to don't really know why. And maybe season 2 would reveal that, or maybe season 2 is just gonna make it that this character's always like, oh, things are going on. Because I always will say, at least with David, he's a chaos machine, but he wants to create, right? He's tired of being held down, so you know why he's doing that. Ash, right? He's the first one in yeah. You know why he's working for Wayland Utani, right? Like I feel like, and even I can't remember why, but I feel like there was a whole flashback of why Winona Ryder was doing what she was doing. Like it was explained to us why this synth was here and helping out. I'm pretty sure though, right? Because
You're probably right. I don't remember at all.
where this just is just again, it's tough because I'm sure they might go, well, our plans do season 2. Yeah, that's great, I guess, but I just feel this is so I won't say unearned. It just feels empty now, you know, to the point where I want just you don't gotta reveal the whole kid and caboodle maybe, but just give us a little bit something. But now we just got a fight scene, his back
Yeah.
got broken, and I guess he's still alive, but that was to me really disappointing because when Morrow was coming, I was like, oh, here's what we talked about, like is a reveal where he's behind the scenes on Wayland Yutani. He's gonna talk to this guy about his own stuff. Seems like maybe he was helping him, but not like all this stuff we theorized. Not even that wasn't answered, wasn't even hinted about. It just he was there on a computer, had a fight scene, and then he was bleeding milk everywhere, and that's it. That was Courage for this finale. You know, it's just man.
I thought he
even the most-
killed Morrow, to be honest, and I got
thought
even
he
more
did too,
mad. I was like,
but
what
no.
the fuck is this?
We need it for season 2, yo. You know,
We choked him out.
Yeah.
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 Why didn't he?
Why didn't he kill him? Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
right. We have no
Question.
reason why he didn't.
We have no
you know?
idea. Tune into season 2 that
Yeah.
hopefully will never come. Yeah, I mean it's so bizarre. Like just specifically for well, not even just specifically for Kirsch. Especially, you know, like we're gonna talk about it, but like at the end, the fact that we have like all of our villains, air quote villains, in a room together, and none of them are like dispatched at all. Like they're literally just there, like in a cage, is
What
just
are we?
so
Some kinda
crazy to
alien
me.
squad?
And like we had time in this episode to have a great one-on-one between Moreau and Kirsch,
Yeah.
or have a great one-on-one between the eyeball alien that's like possessed with someone like actually speaking or something, because we kept alluding to that and we didn't get any of that. We see him take over the fucking rotting husband's body on the beach, but like
Ay,
that's
ay,
that.
ay.
Like he just wakes
That's
up like
it,
like
yeah.
Jason, and that's absolutely it. We get
and-
nothing for that, even though
again,
we've
like-
been excited to see that this season. Like, come on.
I know I harp on this is not the most important storyline at all, but like, does the wife even know her husband dead? Like, what's
No.
what's going
She
on?
doesn't
with
even know
that?
she was married. Like she didn't say his
No.
name once. This entire, like, I think probably last time she saw him, that was like the last time she even acknowledged.
That's when he
that
got
she had a
fired.
husband.
That's when this last time. Like, you gonna stand by this? And she's like, oh, no, do the work. I thought when he got the eye thing, I thought, oh, for sure, just I don't know, easy horror movie TV making 101 is that's when the wife's finally gonna see this thing, is gonna see him and think it's her husband, then get too close and wham,
Maybe
take it
season
out.
2, Travis. Maybe
Yeah,
season
maybe
2. Look
season
at that
2.
scene.
But I thought
because
for
they're all
sure
fucking alive. Like all
Yeah.
of our main
Yeah.
players are in a cage right now that they can just pull from.
that's the only dude that died was that guy right there, the husband. Like,
And
really,
Isaac,
I guess
I
we
guess.
lost one. Yeah, we lost Isaac. We didn't give a fuck about Isaac, really. You know, like whatever. So yeah, I thought for sure it was happening, but no, he just gets the eyeball, and I guess that actor can return if they do a season 2. He still gets to have some work to walk around doing
for
like this,
him.
but yeah, good for him. Yeah, that scene when they tried to put it on Hermit, man, that wasn't great either, because there's a point where
Oh, I
Wes
did
was
like
struggling.
that. I did
It was
like
a great
that.
setup. I liked like the
Yeah,
lead up
that's
of
fine,
him like
even though the
baiting him into
guys-
the room.
I can't get there actually, just because like, wow, here's a deal you might like he's just speaking like he's a fucking ghost.
Nosferatu, essentially.
Yes!
He's Nicholas Holt going to
Get
get
out!
the Baron's signature.
Get out! And it's funny. I watched like Dracula today, like the Keanu Reeves, Gary Oldman one, and that one's even worse because like literally he has like a sword. And he like cuts his hand, like blood. You see, like, and he's just like, "What the fuck are you doing, Keanu? Run! Like, why are you here?" But that's what the Butler guy felt like. He just felt like it'll be quite fruitful for you and your sister. Like, be like, just like. The fact that I would like, okay, sure. And he was like very cautious, but he's like, yeah, okay, whatever, dude. Like, I guess whatever's best for my sister. Like, he just turned into fucking like James Franco from Pineapple Express. He had no urgency whatsoever. My problem with that scene is, okay, he fights with the eyeball and everything, but as he runs, the eyeball jumps and he like turns. He's like, oh, why are you turning, bro? Why are you turning at all? Just to set up like this CGI thing can only do X, Y, and Z. So yeah, all this sucked to me. You
Yeah.
know, like none of it worked. None of it, at times the eyeball creature wasn't looking great. And yeah, just again, led nowhere, cool.
It's fair points. I feel like at this point I've seen so many dumb decisions from like every character in the show, including like the flashback episode. Like these characters are just so fucking stupid in this show. So him, making this decision, we've ragged on him multiple times this season of like, why does he think he can get his sister off this island? Like he's been denied like 9 times. Like it's not happening, dude. And he's
He had
like
a chance last
scoping out the
week.
boats. Like this
Yeah.
guy is so stupid. He just doesn't register. So I am not surprised that he's just going with his butler guy and going to get
But
the
she
eyeball
was
thing.
killing my friends. Your friends? Those are your friends. They were gonna like hunt you and your sister down, and like they put you in prison. They put them both in like whatever. What was this company called again? Prodigy. They put you in Prodigy prison, and he's like, but she was killing my friends. Like, kill you.
Yeah,
Like,
so
kill him.
stupid.
Kill him.
But I'm like, okay, we're gonna get the eyeball alien in a human here, so this is exciting. And then they fucking
You got it.
cock blocked me.
No, you got it. You got
didn't
exactly
get the
what-
alien. No, I didn't. You didn't.
Yeah, you got an alien in the human eyeball. Right?
I didn't get words spoken at
That's fine.
all. Boy, Caviar is such a waste of a character. I'm
Yeah.
so mad that he's still living.
They try to drop
don't
some
even get me
weird
going.
like that he's on the spectrum thing, like in the ninth.
like
inning.
Kirsch was
ADHD.
just Kirsch was dropping disses on him.
because you have mental disabilities. This is why.
Yeah, I was just like, this isn't needed right now. This doesn't add anything. And you're just like, and you didn't even get that, Kirkland. You didn't even get the boy wonder taken out by his
Dude, I know. When the Xeno like pops out and we have like the crazy strobe lights going on, I'm like,
here we
this is
go.
it.
Main event.
Like
time.
I literally stopped what I was doing. I'm like, hey, this is it. This is what I've been waiting for all season. This is gonna be my show saver.
And the
Not
funny-
not at all.
No. And that's the funny thing too. Like, if this show gets canceled, which I'm sure you want to, but if it gets canceled, you'll never get to see that.
That
You know,
guy's
like,
just
he-
alive
he's
in
alive.
head canon, or not even head canon, regular canon.
In the
Like where
canon.
Ripley's at, this guy's
Yeah,
probably
she's gonna bump
king of
into him
Earth.
at some point. Yeah. Oh man, that moment when was it Wendy? Yeah, she's like, they're like, well, what do we do next, Wendy? And she goes, we rule, and they go to Boy
Oh,
Genius, and
man.
he's like, he's like laughing, like he's
Just hard as a fucking rock up there.
Oh,
because
yeah.
here's the thing.
He's
I
wearing
get
pajama bottoms too, so you know that doesn't hide anything.
there are some characters where you can do that. That even when they get bested, they kind of laugh because it's
Like the
like
Joker or something.
well
you
done.
know?
Yeah, like well done. Even to me, someone like a David character would react and kind of like, oh, someone's acting in a certain sort of nature. But this guy is given no, like he doesn't want them to evolve for themselves. He wants to evolve so he can just learn from. So like I can speak new language. Like he's pure selfishness. So when I don't know what this laugh was, but the laugh to me made it like he was almost like proud, right? Like look at these things growing. But that was never really it. And so if that was the laugh that they intended, that to me either was acting or the direction of it, like oh laugh like this. But that's not warranted. This character didn't come off like that where they're just trying to push the medium forward for anything. It's like no, and then there's just so much with the ADHD. With man, just to be like, yeah, my dad beat the shit out of me. I made a droid, and that killed my dad. And then literally the next scene is like, well, this is a droid he was talking about. It's like they should drop that like early in the season.
Yeah.
That's why I felt like it was just they were told wrap everything up, and they didn't. But it just was like, why did you introduce this now? You could have dropped this anywhere else. And don't get me wrong, I kind of like that as a fun twist. But again, man, the eyeball scene's happening. Wendy's about to fight this guy who, was the droid that he built like a dad figure. They go to fight. No, you stop, and he stops. Like, oh,
Oh man, I like actually
just
forgot
God-tier
about
cheat
that.
code
Until you just
power.
said that right now.
Yeah.
Which like as it happened, I just got so mad about that again because it's like, hey, we just literally have god tier robots now. Like this is just pinnacle of technology. These like 5 children that Prodigy made. Like he can, if he's still in the commander seat, Boy Caviar, the leaders of Prodigy, which he isn't anymore. But like if he was, like there's no competition now. Like you don't even need the fucking xenomorph. Like you don't need alien species now. This is the pinnacle. Like they can control everything. They can stop. They can speak to the xenos. They can control the aliens.
Oh my God.
It just what that is introducing to like the scope of what the Alien franchise is, and the fact that this is a prequel, and also the fact that they're not dead or anything. Like
Yeah.
the last fucking words of this show, if we don't get season 2, is "Now we rule." Like that is just that's canon now. Like 2 years before the events of Ripley and Alien. Like fuck off.
My hope is they
man.
just
Like,
didn't
come
have
on.
like they go to the boats and there's like no gasoline. And they're
You just
like,
drown.
no, they're just stuck. They're just stuck on the island.
Okay.
They look at Kirsch and he's like, why can't we get up this planet? And he's like,
hell is this stuff?
Gasoline.
But he's like
I said
upside
it
down
wrong.
because his back's
Yeah.
broken.
I said that wrong. I said, what do we need? He's supposed to say gasoline, but it's just again, yeah. And again, I guess it's supposed to be what a season 2 would be, but there's 5 to 6 synth kids, and there's 2 xenomorphs they can control. It's like, yeah, I don't like any of
And
this stuff.
What's his name? Nathan, the rotting corpse
Yeah.
with the eyeball.
And the brother too. He's with
Right.
Hermit,
Hermit.
right?
Hermit, yeah.
Hermit.
Who provides nothing to the team. Literally
just
nothing.
whines. Just whines.
Just whines, yeah. Yeah.
Just because you mentioned the brother too, that moment when Moreau is like, "How does it feel to be to be like a cyborg, like with his fucking iron lung thing, like trying to like we're one of the same now? Like what the fuck are you talking about here, man?" Oh,
My
like
favorite thing-
again, a character that I was interested in all season, and then this episode, I'm just like, man, what a stupid character, like just uninteresting. And they introduced so many cool seeds with him, with like the tie to young Utani, to like the fact that he's just a cyborg, to the things with his daughter. Like they gave him so many layers, and then like just to round out, well, I guess it's not round out because he's part of the fucking petri dish with all the other villains at the end. He's in that bird cage with everyone else, so he's still a player. He can come back for next season if they want to do that. But just disappointing. Disappointing end to that character.
Do you have anything to say on anything we cover here with I don't know, we went to a lot there with
Yeah, we're
Morrow
bouncing
and-
around
Yeah,
all
we're
over the
bouncing.
place.
We've thrown all our complaints out at once, but anything that jogged your
it's-
mind there?
It's with everything with Boy Prodigy, Cavalier. It is very disappointing. I just let down with the Alien 2. I really wanted to see some climatic kind of fallout with that. And again, I love the scene where he is set up in the Hermit's. Basically, his first instinct is to go inside that that cage, and I really like that. And I like how the eyes trying to like open the handle, and this thing's just like it's so fucking smart. I really like that. But uh, after the fact, yeah, it gets like Wendy saves the day, kicks it away, and then yeah, it just goes way out into the fucking beach and finds uh this body, decaying corpse to take over. Like that's a long ways away from the base,
Yeah.
I'm assuming, and there's still a lot of people in the base that it could take over. I don't know. It's just it's weird. It just
It's kind of
doesn't
like your
make any
problems a
sense.
couple weeks ago. You had the alien when it like the alien baby when it like the xenomorph kept like popping up throughout the like when they caught it. Remember?
Yeah, which is
Yeah.
doesn't make any sense. They're not catching a Xeno baby. It just doesn't make any sense. But and again here, I thought they were making some exclusive, like, oh, the one alien here and Wendy have this special bond. But now it just seems no, like she just any Xeno just in general. It's like okay, she's got control of them. And now we got two Xenos here. It's like this is just such a change of story. Like obviously we know that they're going to retcon some things with the alien universe, and I try to hold on to the canon very loosely. I just look at alien stuff as really all anthology, same as Predator. But at this point it's like okay, Weyland Yutani is going to show up on the island. They're going to get what, the island's going to blow up? No, they're going to get the Xenocorpse. They're going to get the other two Xenomorphs. They're going to get something out of this for sure. I don't know how you'd spin it otherwise, but yeah, it conflicts with Romulus, because in Romulus they had to find the body of the big chap in space from the Nostromo. I don't know. It's so annoying, and it's bothersome, and I really feel like they could have done something with Boy Cavalier. I don't know why they needed to keep him alive. Like we've run, like they should have just run the course, and they should have had these characters grow and develop with him, and then kind of learn, okay, as they did, to kind of stand up to him and put him in his place and just go from there. But they wanted to put them all in a cage. I guess it works because like they're kiddie, and they're doing this because it's like very kiddie, like, oh, time out for all you guys or something like that. But I don't know, it just
Yeah. I guess it's good
doesn't
for their moral
work.
compass. They don't want to just like execute all these people, but um, yeah, it's tough because I feel like with the boy genius, either there's like unfortunately only two routes to go. Is either he's just smart to get him and the bad guys out of there, or there's like a redemption arc. Now I don't see that there would be a redemption arc, so I think it would be like he knows there's some key, or if you rewire this to get to like that's the only way I would think. If he's just sitting there and he's like, oh, and someone else gets him money, he's like, oh great, we're out. Like I don't know what else, unless there's some sort of way that with Wayland Utani he would like give up a bunch of his stuff. Like maybe they would use some of these things that happen on this island to like blackmail him or something. I don't know. But again, nothing I've pitched here sounds of interest. Like I think that's why when they made that like laugh at the end when he's like proud of it, that wasn't that character. That this character was the you eat him at the end with the xenomorph, or you have Wendy kill him, or I guess Hermit got a kick in there. But I think he's the, and don't get me wrong, I don't think that's a strong thing. I don't think he was a strong archetype, and it didn't like. I'm not saying like, oh, if he would have got killed by a xenomorph, this would have been a 9 out of 10 finale. No, but it just would have been like at least something where it's like, okay, you did that beat right, but. Yeah, it was just some odd choices. Even then, too, when they locked up Moreau the first time, and I get it, they want to cover cybernetic arm, but they like give him Thor's hammer on his fucking arm. So like when he gets out, he can just beat the shit out of anybody. Like when he was beating that guy down, I'm like, did he transform his arm? Like, oh no, that's the thing that's supposed to withhold his arm. Like there's nothing
Yeah.
like just like a fucking like tag or something you can inject his arm that just like turns it off. You know, it has to be like a big fucking
Or just
sledgehammer
fucking, like,
mallet.
straight jacket, Hannibal mask him. Like I feel like there's a lot of things that you could easily do.
Put
to
him in one of
subdue
those cells that the aliens had, but no, they just give him a fucking like Call Call of Duty melee perk you get in a battle pass, and just like, and why? Like, who's this gonna help? It helped him. He killed those people, and yeah, he's just gonna kill everybody. And he didn't. He got locked up as well too. He did tell at least what's his name that he didn't hurt his mom. So good for the mom. She made it out. You know,
If
so.
he's telling the truth, what are you saying in that position? If you're
That's
Moreau,
true.
I fucking killed your mom, dude. Like, no,
Yeah.
you're not saying that line.
I beat her to death with this fucking mallet. I went back over there. Beat her, came back. I had time for it all. You know. Oh man. Oh, I'm trying to think. Yeah,
I forgot to mention when you when you brought up the the last scene with Wendy. And she's like, "Now we rule." I as that scene was going up and all of our like main whatever we're calling them villains antagonists are in that the bird cage. I like paused and I noticed that there's 5 minutes left in the show and I'm like, unfucking real. Like there's actually not closing out any of these character storylines.
Oh yeah,
Like,
when
this
that
is-
rock music hit,
this
I
is
was like,
insane. Well, even
"Fuck."
before the rock music hit, and I paused it, and it was 5 minutes left. I literally just pictured in my head like the classic. You know, I love the Joe Biden meme when it plays the Transformers credits. I could like hear that song building up in my head, and then like actual rocks like music came on. I'm like, man, like if they just use the actual, what is it, Fall Out Boy, or is that what that song is?
Linkin Park.
Linkin Park. They should just use Linkin Park for this because it's just so fitting, and I could at least use it as a meme for that purpose. But now I'm just upset over that because, yeah, just crazy that they had literally all of the characters, and like, yeah, we're just not gonna end any of this, and the fact that they're all alive, we can pick and choose. It like helps the writers if we get a season 2 because we can really pick from any character on what we want to go down. We can kill off whoever next season or just hold them on. Maybe
nobody.
next season they don't maybe nobody dies and we just hold them in another bird cage. Yeah, so upset. I also didn't really talk about like the Lost Boy children or anything like that. I just really was not vibing with their okay, well, we'll just burn down the whole castle and that's that. Like it just seemed like any interesting qualities that the characters had, I feel like it was just thrown out like in this episode. Like even the ones that like did bad shit, like fucking Stinky and Wrangley, whatever the fuck their names were.
It's not our fault. Which is true. It wasn't his fault because he didn't know, right? So I did like him saying
if I was
that,
him, I
like,
would have been like, it was your fucking fault. Actually,
Well, he
I was
said
in
that
the
at the
wrong place at the
end.
wrong time. But
he just said
still,
it nicely
yeah.
when he said it's not our fault because he's like, it's
Yeah.
not our fault. He's like, you're right, it's not our fault. Then the guy was like, I guess so.
Right?
But
Yeah, it's these guys' fault, and they're the enemies now. And
Yeah.
it just seemed like, well, now we don't have to cover anything that we build up towards in this season because
Yeah, and they
We're
didn't kill
just
that girl
against
off either
everyone.
last week when the brother shot her. I thought she was dead, but
Nibs,
nah, she was
yeah.
fine.
Yeah.
And
she
they
just showed up like Pearl to the fucking.
well, again, right? Even when
she
I
didn't even kill her.
No, that's what I mean. Like I talked about, like I can't remember. There was one of the episodes that you were on, Kurt. Me and Taylor were talking about because it was the scene with that therapy scene, right? When she gets I'm Baba and goes to kill her. I'm like, well, clearly that's the trajectory that because she's holding her down. At some point, she's gonna snap and kill her. And then when she was killed last week, I was like, oh no, I guess I was wrong. And then this week, I was like, oh yeah, here we go. They're storytelling 101. They're gonna pay that off. Nah, just creepy smile and blocks her in the cage. It's like okay, cool. Sure, it's like it's not awful, but it's just again like this character who's literally given us nothing. They gave us this fucking husband subplot that didn't need to be there. Like this character, I legitimately think you could just remove out and put most of the stuff on the husband that died, and you'd be completely fine. Just make him a scientist / therapist. You're good to go. You save on an actor rate. You give someone else a bit more lines. There's nothing here. Have him married to his fucking self. I don't care. Like have his wife just be a phone call and he does the voice on the other side. Like, hi, honey. Like there's nothing here that this character was needed for. And I just like, man, I don't get it. Again, it's just, yeah, I guess I don't want the kids just to kill these people. But then if you don't go that route, it has to be something more entertaining. Then I guess, yeah, they're just locked in a birdcage and the xenomorphs are going to watch over them. And again, same thing. The fact these two xenos are just chilling, hanging out. And there's a couple lines too, which is just, yeah, I get what they're going for, but I didn't, because she's talking about, she's like, I can't remember what she says his brother set up a line, but she's like, humans, blah, 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 and the aliens, they don't think like that, and then the brother's like, well, they're predators and, they're after us, they're after you. And it's like, okay, I guess. And don't get me wrong. I thought what the brother did last week was shitty, but at least he was, I guess he had a few reasons. They're my friends. And then he was trying to protect the sisters. Like, okay, that at least makes sense. Where some of these other, like, I don't think you can compare your brother to the other humans that are making these decisions, right? And we've even seen Kirsch, right? So it's not like, okay, imagine if Kirsch's reveal was, hey, I helped you with this thing, getting the kids in the bodies, and what you guys did actually was really fucked up, and the way you treated them was fucked up, so I wanted to fuck you guys over, synth androids for life. He didn't. So for her trying to, like, do the whole, like, well, humans are really bad. Yeah, well, so is that fucking robot over there. Like, it it doesn't work. The allegory they're trying to make, and even then, I know I'm not trying to defend a corporation here, but when they're like, well, we should be able to go, and he's like, well, you don't, like, I own you, and they're like, you don't own us. It's like, yeah, he does. You would all be dead in the fucking ground with
Yeah.
nothing right now. I'm not saying
They like all are terminally ill with cancer. Like they just forgot
like,
about that.
I'm not saying the person wasn't shitty, didn't take advantage. I get that, right? And I'm saying to break out, right? But the way to write that is there should have been some sort of twist or something there, but it's not like literally he gave you life. So there should be something a bit more for when the turn happens. They're making it seem like, let's say in a situation, because they talk about his dad, right? Like they're making it seem like his dad created this, his dad died, and then this boy, because the way this character's played, he's just like inherited everything. That's what it feels like, right? So it would be different if, hey, I didn't create these robots, I just got them because my dad died, you're mine now. And they could say, you don't own us because you didn't fucking make us. But the show, no twist here, has just fed us this guy was responsible for helping this happen, right? He helped the science behind to get the thing in there. So he does own you. You'd be fucking dead. I'm not saying, again, I'm not saying to don't go against him. That's fine. But that line of dialogue makes zero sense. That'd be like if I walked to my dad, like, or my mom, you didn't give birth to me. It's like, my mom could be a piece of shit that I want to disown. No, she's not. She's a lovely woman. But I just mean like, you didn't give birth to me. It's like, yeah, you did. You were in labor. You're 9 months. Like, it's writing 101 that like no one looks at this like, this doesn't even make sense. This basic little thing here, and that's where I thought the character was going to come back and say, and they just kind of stopped. And then she went God mode of the security went down and she opened the doors and the Xeno was there. So it's just like, where's the drama in this? Where's the stakes of none of the people here with guns or anything can't do anything? So,
yeah. Well said.
Let's take our last ad break. We'll be right back. And we're back. That's the end of my TED talk. Sorry for the rant. I just couldn't believe when she said that.
Hopefully it's the last time we have to complain about this show.
Yeah. I wonder. I really don't know nowadays. I guess for me, it all depends on how much it costs. Because obviously with streaming shows, there's a lot of like penny pinching now, right? Maybe they're going to do what they did with Mando and Moana, where they're going to make a season 2, but they'll be like, you know what? This should be a movie, and you're going to get Alien Earth, the movie.
I mean, that's just one and done, like just go.
Would hopefully be better.
Get the
than
boys
this,
at the theater. We have a good time. We can kind of laugh at it together. But like, just 8 weeks of
Boy
this
Genius on the big screen.
Man, I feel like we started this in February. It's been a ride. Where was I gonna go? No, we already kind of talked about the eyeball alien. That was disappointing. Nothing even really with a goat was interesting. Like before we had the release.
No, R.I.P. to the goat.
Yeah, already talked about the butler. Who else was in the cage? Yeah, no, the fucking therapist lady who just was getting poltergeisted on her iPad, and then she's I love too when she's like in the cage, and then Wendy's she's like, or what's the line that she says to Wendy? Like, oh, I'm sorry, honey. Like, it's gonna be fine. It's like, no, you're not. Like, you don't fucking care about us. Like, she's just such a terrible character. She's not even a good wife. Like, she just completely forgot about her husband.
I wish the ending of this movie or the show ended like a scary movie where the rule wasn't a line, and it would have been someone been like, think of all the people that we've heard, all the people that are dead. They list them off. They list off her husband, and then the last line of the show's like, my husband's dead, and then just cut to black
with Linkin Park playing.
Yeah. What I've done. And then it's just a shot of like the guy with the goat eye, or whatever, and he's just walking through the beach. Like, do you think that because that's just piloting? It's like The Last of Us, right? It's like, of course, that we're just piloting a body now, right? It like even if you were to shoot it, it wouldn't hurt. So. I guess technically, do you think the eye could just jump in the water and swim with that body for like weeks?
Oh, yeah.
Right? To wherever?
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Oh, yeah.
That's scary.
It would swim up until the point until other creatures would probably like eat the limbs and that couldn't swim anymore.
I'm just
and then
saying,
it would go into like a fish or something.
Let's just say it avoids any creatures.
Blue
Let's
whale.
say it just
takes a blue whale eye.
Let's just say it avoids creatures. It could just feasibly get to shore, right? Because it's not going to drown. So
yes,
that's a good question.
Yeah, I don't need an answer to Alien Earth 2. It's fine. I would just do a Reddit how I
Me
would
and
have ended the
AI,
show.
ChatGPT, render.
If we weren't so busy tonight, I would ask Taylor to make one. But we got a Gem V to record after, so
That's true.
it's fine. Maybe we'll revisit.
One thing I'll throw out there too. I know like the Alien franchise, whether it's Prometheus, Covenant, mention that one in there. Like, it's not all about the xenomorphs, but like, come on, xenomorphs on the cover. Like, you're pitching this show as a xenomorph.
There's a xenomorph in the show?
I feel like the xenomorph experience for the show was very, very lackluster, and I think it was it was definitely a positive in the early portion of the show. Like, I did like the chase sequences that we had.
Big
Some of
set
them were a
pieces
little
you
bit.
got.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
I think it was some fun stuff in there, but very underused. And I'm not a fan of Wendy just controlling them, which is kind of like the biggest part of them. Like, at the end, they're just kind of an attack dog for Wendy, and yeah, I was just disappointed. Like they try to use the Xeno as this just being like the alien that we know of. Like, whether you think of Alien Isolation, just like the threat of like playing those games and like just feeling the Xeno on that ship, like it is just so terrifying. I feel like when it would show up in this episode, whether it was like finding the therapist lady in the garden, and it's supposed to be going for this like weird jump scare thing where it just like silently approaches them and they turn around and it's just standing there, it doesn't do anything, it's just standing there, and then it just gets shot in the head and then walks away.
What's up?
It just felt very un-Xeno to me. I don't know. Like, maybe it's just because I was overall not vibing with the show. I was just already kind of upset with what I was being seen. It just felt very un-Alien-esque, which is unfortunate because I think there is portions of the show where they're able to capture a little bit of that magic of just the overall vibe. Probably mostly in the flashback scene when we're on like a Weyland-Yutani ship, and it just feels very similar. That's probably like the easiest one to kind of feel similar there. But yeah, just disappointed with the Xeno overall. And they showed like a baby. Is that what was shown at the end? I can't even remember now.
Yeah, that was
the
the
one
one
in the
now they
cage,
let out.
right?
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Don't want to see more of that, which is unfortunate because like the Xeno is probably one of the coolest sci-fi creatures ever, and like I don't even want to see more of that version just because of what's been set up here. It's unfortunate.
Yeah.
That's my TED talk. That's my
fair.
little rant.
What are you, Taylor?
I mean, it's all just unfortunate. I wish that the show just handled the writing and stuff a little bit better. Like I said already, the middle episode where we're getting that flashback going back to the ship, that's my highlight. That to me feels the most Alien and Xeno centric out of all of this, which sucks because you have some decent effects and you got some amazing set pieces. Like, this really had a chance to really build up this world a little bit more. I'm sure we're gonna get some guy dropping in the comments like, you fucking guys are all so negative, da, da, da. Try and write a better story than these guys did, and yada yada yada. Just
take
calm the fuck down, because you gotta look at this story for what it is, and there's just a lot of dead ends, a lot of abrupt endings to these characters' narratives, and then it doesn't segue into anything that is cohesive and flowing with the natural story that's connecting with all the other characters and everything like that. It's just it's rushed, and there's a lot of filler, unfortunately, in here, and it's unfortunate because I was really looking forward to the show being something really, really good, but it didn't really crack that code all that much, and I would easily put Romulus over this for sure.
Well, yeah.
So
I don't know. I would have to, not saying anyone is wrong, I would just have to hear a really good case for someone, if I saw an Alien ranking, why Earth was above Romulus, just season 1 of Earth. I would hear them out, want to hear what they say, but I would need to have their TED talk better be fucking good. So
yeah, no kidding.
anything else? Is this the end of the road for Alien Earth for us?
End of the road until season 2.
Until
Because I'll be there to
season
review. I'll be there to review.
We'll be there. It sounds like we'll be there begrudgingly.
I'll be
but,
there.
You never know. Maybe people.
But we
hear
also said
something
that about Strangers Chapter 2, and
that was different.
Well, that was
life
different.
happened.
That was
For
different.
personal friends, birthday stuff. We can't. I'm not gonna bump someone's.
I'm still doing that review, guys. Just kidding.
All right. I'll let Kirkland go because maybe he's the lowest. I'll
Oh
let
gosh, I
Kirkland
forgot
go.
about this.
Here we go. Someone says, Documentaro says, disappointing, horrible, a complete destruction of science fiction and the
Oh,
alien
beautiful.
saga. I won't go that far, but we should boycott the second season. How? Don't watch the second season of the series when it premieres. Wait a few months after. Yeah, I guess it's tough for us documentaros. There is like a business side where we've said this before. Somehow, the Alien Earth episodes were our biggest TV show episodes of the year. They beat everything. Last of Us, Peacemaker, Dexter, Daredevil. I wasn't expecting it to be Daredevil, so that's something. But you never know, right? Because that's something we found this year. Even that the Dexter Resurrection numbers were way lower than the New Blood numbers. Because I think a lot of people after New Blood checked out because they're like, oh, a fifth ending for Dexter? No, thanks. Even though it still did good, but not to the point where it was before. So I think that would be the thing where we definitely would be there to see how it does. But if we absolutely hate the show and the numbers were not there, then I think we could just do like either a full season review or maybe not. Who knows? It always depends on what we enjoy and then also what the people want. And same thing, if enough listeners still want just us to review it, then we would. So I'm on that sense where I'm like, I need to boycott it. It didn't destroy Alien for me. I still have it there. I don't think there's anything like. I think I'm trying to think of anything recently maybe I wouldn't have watched to like try not to get a season 2. I think it's easier for me not to go and do movie. Yeah. I don't know. It's tough. Yeah, I don't know. That's a different conversation. I
Yeah.
let Kirkham go. Final rating thoughts.
Final rating on season 1 of Alien Earth. Yeah, for a show that's I really wasn't vibing with for the vast majority of the whole season. I still think it looked pretty damn good. I think the performances, I didn't love the writing behind it. I think the actors were definitely giving it mostly their all. I think the big standout was Wendy for me, and then would be Timothy Oliphant as Kirsch. Unfortunately, like the character didn't really go anywhere, but he was still very enticing, and yeah, just had some of just some of those great synth qualities that the Weyland-Yutani, synthetics, they're always just hard to pin on like kind of what their actual alignment is. It's usually just with the company. This one's a little bit different because he's made by Weyland-Yutani, but working for Prodigy, so it's a little bit of an extra layer there and another avenue we could have went down, but we really didn't. So just super unfortunate because I think there was some great potential that was shown here. There were some fun pieces to play, but yeah, just really really messy across the board. And it's weird that it's not even like okay, this was an interesting concept, cool story, but like I just don't like the canonical and weight that it carries. It like I don't really have any positives to say beyond just like the visual of the show. Like, yeah, it looked pretty good. It was pretty well made visually. Some rough CGI moments around some aliens, but for the vast majority, like it was a cool looking alien adventure. But yeah, just really messy. I don't ever want to rewatch the show, and I think I'm gonna give it like a 3 out of 10. I think I'm gonna give it a 30%. Yeah, come see me after class, and we'll discuss what to do here. That's what I'm writing on this page. Big red felt too, like the thick marker too. Yeah, no, unfortunate. There you go, a little Emma Frost thumbs down. I was really hyped when this was announced too, because it just felt like it was out of nowhere. Coming off of Romulus, like it was just really exciting to be back in the alien sphere, and this is what we got. I really liked Romulus. Didn't love this one. So, yeah.
There you go. I will go. Oh, I'm stuck between a 5 and a failing grade, which would be a low failing grade, but I don't know. I don't know. This one's a tough one because I feel like I'd have to think about it more, or rewatch. But I don't know if I want to do that. Yeah, I'm gonna go with how I feel here. I'm just gonna give it a 4.9, just right on the cusp, because there is some good visuals. There's some because the thing is there are things that I was interested and enjoyed. Performances are still there, so that's why they're still not like it's the worst. No, it's still there, and there's still like that one episode that's good. And even some of the earliest stuff, there's some stuff that I questioned but was kind of good in a pocket. But that stuff that I was interested in, the results either was disappointing, didn't make sense, or what I would say is poor. So that's the thing where I look back, like you said, oh, Kirsch is really good, but it's like, yeah, but what was Kirsch? You know, was it just to put him in there? So like every week we're like, oh, what's he up to? What's going on? And I know some might say like, oh, that's a season 2 thing. There's too much things then of, oh, well, that's a season 2 thing. You know, you got to give me some chutzpah here. And I guess, like I said, the chutzpah that they did give me here of like certain reveals of like the butler dad robot thing. It's like, you just introduced that now, you know, or the brother and sister, they're like dynamic and having this like last episode, like, what did you do? And then this week, like, we figured it out. And like, I don't know. Again, they end it with like I'm supposed to care that much. Where the whole show's been telling me that these humans are bad, and then when she's like, we rule." The hermit's like looking scared, like, "Oh my god, what have I done?" It's like, I don't know. The show's been telling me humans are pieces of shit, right? So I guess they should rule and take these things out. You know, like there's nothing to redeem it other than even Hermit last week. Like you could have made a case that he could have been a character, but then when that happened last week, I was like, yeah, you're an idiot. You know, like I wasn't rooting for you anymore, right? I wish there was more. Everything just feels very undercooked. So yeah, I'll give it a 4.9. I will fail it because of that.
I like what you guys are putting down, and I think I'm probably gonna go a 4.9 as well. I don't want to pass it. I don't. I think I was trying so hard to be positive, and I was really, really trying to just support certain things with the show. But after last week and this week, especially the finale, it's really a letdown, and I'm really bummed out by it. I wanted it to be something. And I mean, I'm just a broken record at this point. The characters, the narratives, it was abruptly ended. We weren't getting a lot of satisfying results, and there was a lot of potential here. I was already not really sold on the whole concept of them creating these synths, these hybrids, by putting the kids' body or kids' minds into the adult bodies, and just the fallout of that, and then everything else. It just was not my kind of narrative I was engaging with. I just think that they should have kept it so fucking simple. Have this ship that's, have the companies have Prodigy, have Whale and Yutani kind of bickering and whatnot, but have this ship crash land on Prodigy land, and then just the fallout of that. Whale and Yutani just dealing with it immediately and focusing on that, and you have the court political side of things. That would have been much more interesting, and we don't need then to see all this crazy shit going on with the hybrids, but instead just give us Prodigy just immediately going into experimenting and whatnot. Don't even make it on Earth. They should have made it on like Alien Moon or something like that. Alien Mars, just something else out there, and just wrap it up. Season 2.
Each alien's different planet. Jupiter.
Keep it very, very straightforward and simple, where you're dealing with something that can be present, and then it's just going to end up disappearing by the time we get to the actual alien. So it sucks that you're dealing with people that are just trying to play the story too close to Alien. They're trying to make it fit with that original Alien movie. You keep it way too close to that Alien movie. They should just branch off. For example, there was a book, I can't remember what the name of it was, but it was an Alien book, and the story was a human colony ship a long time ago crash landed on this miscellaneous planet, and the planet that it crash landed on, the colonists that survived there, it was like a few generations. They were just medieval times now. They built like castles and stuff like that, but this is like after when Yutani has expanded the stars. But this, they were trapped there. So they built castles and everything. And then while they're out mining and prospecting, they find a cave with xenomorph eggs. And then it starts this like medieval war against xenomorphs. And you have to think medieval soldiers that have like the high tech, like from their old spaceship or whatever. So they've got like some advanced metals. So it's just like, that's a cool, very fucking cool concept. I'd love to see something like that. But of course, like, no, we're getting something that's just playing a little too close to that original Alien story. And they don't need to do that. But
well, now I don't think that this is the case, because what you pitch is still very different than what Ridley did the last 2 times. But I think that is the issue, where there were a lot of Alien fans that didn't like it getting too different. Alien, right? They weren't a fan. That, like, even Covenant to me felt like a direct result of Prometheus, of like make sure aliens in the title, aliens the poster, like alien, right? And I think that hurt Covenant, because Prometheus was telling a different story, and it felt like he had to U-turn. So don't get me wrong, I think I'd be down for, maybe they'd have to do kind of like what Killers of Killers did, where it's animated, something anthology, and that would work. But on the grand scale, I don't know, but at the end of the day, like I still think like reviews wise, I think this did like well enough. Obviously, I'm not sure what that is for the whole season. Yeah, it's like 95% of Rotten Tomatoes. Average critic score or average audience score 70%. Again, critics a lot of times only see a certain amount of episodes. I don't know how much that is updated, but if it's reviewed well enough and still viewed, they'll continue and consider it a success. But yeah, I don't, and we'll have to see what they do with uh, the next Alien, because even then, there's tons of detractors of Romulus that think that's very much like a kind of Alien Force Awakens, right? Like they hit too many beats, and even when I watched it again, I forgot how much of the third act just turns into aliens and literally like, the "stay away from her bitch" line. Like they just start ripping stuff away and like, oh right, you guys also did this. So I don't know. Where at least Predator, I don't like. With Prey, that was not the case. They weren't ripping off. Like I'm, don't get me wrong. There's probably a couple, right? Like the blood in the face, but I feel like that feels more original. And then now this whole thing with, like, I don't know if you could do that with Alien, but the fact that Trachtenberg is making the next movie from like the POV of Predator, that's very ballsy. That's great. That's like a concept that's never been done. So it's something completely different, right? So Predator and even Killers of Killers, that's something different, right? So you could say no matter how you feel about Romulus, you could like Romulus more than all the other new Predator stuff. Predator is definitely doing way more experimental stuff right now with their franchise, right? And maybe Alien needs it, but then again, maybe that's how Alien doesn't work. Maybe the diehards don't want that. The people that come and watch that, they want kind of some rinse and repeat, just a different ship, different scientist, different robot, similar motivations, you know?
If you
So,
give me a new squad of Colonial Marines going into another alien planet, I'm there for it. I absolutely am. But like, you know,
it's going to be the squad.
yeah, just fuck.
They're going to
This
train
squad,
them
like
because they're going to
this,
rule, so.
that's another con. This squad made absolutely zero sense because you see them doing the overview. It's like forces are down, but we have prodigy squads like scouting the island, trying to contain the asset or whatever. And you see the squad moving, but then it shows the squad like, okay, our goal, it's not safe for you here. They're like at the grave site. Like, we got to get you back. We're trying to save non-essential personnel and then evac them off the island. Then they're in the building now after they dropped her off. Like, okay, protocol dictates we got to go to the armory and It's like, don't they have like other orders to like, yeah, because they said we gotta locate boy Cavalier and protect him, and then protocol dictates we get to the armory. All this just random bullshit. It's like, what the fuck? There's just, they don't even know what they're doing. Now they're in like the lab. It's like, we're in here in the most dangerous of all places. We're in the lab, and then the girl opens up the fucking like caged thing and looks at the dead corpse. Like, what the fuck are you guys doing in the lab? I thought you were supposed to go to the armory. Isn't that protocol? Like, they're not on their game.
They are not. Neither was the show. So, well, let us know in the Discord. Definitely let us know in the Discord, because a couple days that Discord will be sunsetted to whatever next is going to take over it. But Discord, YouTube comments, and same thing. If there's anything that you think we got wrong or didn't understand, we always are willing to hear a point of view out, as long as it's not like,
Nope.
yeah, you idiot.
No,
No, because like maybe there's somewhere it's like, I didn't think about that X, Y, and Z. Even though I think because there's so many issues, I don't think you could convince us to pass and like the show, but conversation always helps. So Twitter, Facebook, YouTube, Discord, Patreon, we very much appreciate it. Yeah, that's the end of this. Who knows? Next we'll be talking about Alien, whether it is in comic form, whether it's Romulus 2, maybe it's Earth 2. I don't know, but whenever that is, we promise you.